need a roll call?
Chairperson Barton,
Present.
Commissioner Carpenter,
Present.
Commissioner Phelps,
Present.
Attorney Phelan,
Present.
Lieutenant Holy.
Okay, I need a motion to accept the minutes of our February, March, and April meetings.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, we have a few one-day licenses, Arts After Hours, at All Care VNA, for June 23rd.
All of the one-day licenses? Let me see if we have- Second.
Will that include the one-day extension for William Mo?
No, we need to discuss that.
Okay. All right, then we're doing the one-day licenses for Arts After Hours, Lynn Museums, All Care VNA, and Building Bridges. All in favor?
Just a note, I know that Ms. Kelly, who's been doing these for the applicant, has been in constant contact with us now, and they're gonna be applying for their full license for these events.
Okay. Okay, then we have a request for a one-day license for an extension of premises for Willie Mo, AKA Max's Pub at 47 Central Avenue. Any discussion on this request? Anyone here?
Anyone here from 47 Central? Is it sold out?
All right.
That's okay with you?
Yep. Okay with you?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, we have transfer of licenses, Fernando Santo Domingo Liquors.
John Myhouse, 7th Street, here from transfer, proposed transfer, Wellness Inc. And I have Ms. Moya, who is the principal of that corporation. She's with us this evening, as you see, in terms of personal sales agreement. $140,000 for the license location. What I have here is you see what the consideration is a transfer of a condominium down in Dominican Republic to Omar Fernandez, who is the present owner. And I have the approval of the appraisal of the condominium question, both in Spanish and English translation.
Thanks.
Take a look at the last page of the appraisal, you see that the appraisal values condominium $5,980,000 pesos, which translate the conversion rate of 40 to 42 pesos to the dollar to approximately various times between 140 and 150,000 dollars. And they have agreed that the value of the condominium equals the value of the package store license. Now, Ms. Moya presently is employed at the Amherst Nursing Home. She's in charge of elderly activities, has been in the home nursing industry for the past 12 to 14 years. Prior to that, was in retail. Looking to change her profession to get into some retail as far as the package store is concerned. She's here this evening to answer any questions you may have.
John, could you just explain this a little bit more? I didn't quite understand. The condominium is being used for collateral?
No, but the way the transfer the condominium to Mr. Fernandez, they both come from the same city in the Dominican Republic, that's Santiago. The condominium is at their location.
And that's his payment for?
That's the payment for the real license, right. As you see, the first of the complete amount is $140,000. Take a look at this page of the appraisal. between the conversion rate of 40 to 42 from what we give us.
So, deeded yet? Has it been deeded over yet?
To him? No.
No.
I think that's,
Are they purchasing the whole building or just the?
just the condominium. She purchasing the whole building, no, she just purchasing the package store license.
Condominium in the Dominican Republic,
She's being transferred
transferred to this
to Mr.
gentleman,
Fernandez.
and the liquor license
It's being transferred.
and the assets of the business
Right,
going to her.
exactly.
So who retains ownership, who has ownership of the building?
Building's owned here
On
on Wall Street.
Yeah.
He does not, he only rents. He should only give rent at that location also.
This is the drawing piece, was
The
a
license.
sign.
License first, if you approve, he gave us a seal.
So it's $140,000 for the license and the assets of the business.
140. Take the
For the
purchase sale.
inventory, is another
Well, the inventory is
$40,000.
approximately $40,000 inventory. But the inventory is gonna be a promissory note payable over 3 years at 5% interest. Okay, so that's not gonna be cash.
And if I read this correctly, you know, still finance 40,000?
Well, 40,000 is the inventory.
Inventory, yeah.
So where is that 40,000 coming from?
Well, if he's gonna transfer the inventory, she's gonna buy a dollar for dollar from him. But she doesn't have the cash money to pay for the inventory outright, so she's going to give him a promissory note and pay it over a period of 3 years at 5% interest.
Do you have a copy of that?
The note,
Promissory note?
I can put one together for you, I haven't done it yet.
You're gonna need it.
Well, yeah, yeah, there's no question I will.
Well, we like to see that before it goes up there.
Okay.
I mean, I
It's
wouldn't
just gonna be
want
regular
something like-
promissory notes. just
We just need it in there.
No,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I guess the financing. Legal to do it.
Not a problem, no problem, any of this, correct?
Any other questions?
Well, I think we hear a little bit about how she's gonna operate the business there. It's been a problem in the past, not recently, but it has been, had problems in the past. Can you tell us about, a little bit about how you intend to operate the liquor store and?
I can say myself and I have a family, so they can help me to,
Do you have any experience in the liquor business?
you know, but I'm going to try to.
As part of the deal, we're gonna train them. Okay, my wife is the one because is gonna be with her, you know, and help out the operation, how to make sure that it doesn't sell to the minor, you know, there's incident everywhere around here, and not even for anybody. But consider ourselves, you know, we bought them in 2000, and we have a few incidents, but anyway, you know, I believe we have a minimum, but we're gonna teach her, you know, exactly how to operate, how to check the license, but that's gonna be the responsibility. There's no part of the deal.
But she knows she has to work at least a minimum of 40 hours a week. She intends to work at least 40 hours a week, probably more closer to 60 hours a week. Yeah, she said she has a large family, to be available to help.
What's the transition time gonna be? The overlap with you, still there, the training, how long is that gonna take?
It's gonna, you know, my wife is run the liquor store, you know, I run the fast food, and we have to do. But as long as it's needed. They're considered as a part of a good family of us, you know, they're not related, but you know, we know them, you know, for years. And, besides, you know, we don't want them to get money. You know. When we got it there, we had all people who own it, and now we didn't have our two trainers, we had to run to do it. But if you remember the way it was, all the drunks and all the problems that we had up there, and I know what it took us to clean that place.
Right, you still use the same security? You buzz in people?
Yes, we
Only
still
one or
have,
two
we
people
still
at a
have,
time?
and the reason why I have to put that, because you know,
It's
it's
not-
not held over every weekend, this is over, no more.
It's not in the purchase sale agreement, but there's a public agreement that they're gonna stay with them for about 2 weeks after the accident takes place, to train her.
And that, well, I know my wife will help them out, but you know, we don't know what's happening. We know in the Dominican Republic, we know all on each other.
Is she signed up for tips training?
She intends to. She understands that, I've already explained that to her.
Are you currently working at the store at all?
All right.
Prior to this?
Mr. Fernandez, when you first got, you had problems down there, that's when you put in that system to buzz people in. You also put in a camera system.
You got cameras.
Is that still working?
Yes, yeah, well, it is. We got 4 cameras there, even in the basement. All the entries covered by cameras in there. The cashier is by camera, you know, by all protection. As a fact, you know, the only day that I work in there, I got held up myself. 4 black people come in and the only day that I work there. But anyway, then it's secure. My wife or my employer, they don't have any problem anymore, you know.
What keeps out people you don't want to commit? I think that helped.
Okay, you understand you've got a serious challenge here.
I can explain, you know, it's not an easy business, you know.
No, you're right, I'm telling you.
It's not, no, it's not.
It's a tough neighborhood.
No, the neighbor is very nice.
No, but I mean, with a, that area down
The
there.
people who coming in,
Right.
most of them remember, you know, they buy alcohol.
Right.
There's only one reason why you buy alcohol, let me have it.
Spokesman for the industry.
All right. Any other questions?
No?
Comments? Right, then we need a motion to accept this.
Contingent upon promissory?
Exactly.
Get that over tomorrow.
All when, Boston.
Second.
Division.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You yourself? You too, next.
All right, then we have a transfer for Joey Tai Mai.
Madam Chairwoman, members of the board, Attorney Tom Truax here on behalf of the proposed corporate transferee. With me to my right is Kong Lai, he's the sole officer and shareholder of the corporation. He is also the proposed manager of the corporation. Mr. Mai is the brother of the current license holder, Jovi Mai. Ms. Mai, her husband and her children will be moving out of state by the end of the year, so she obviously has to move the store, transfer the store. She indicated she was keeping the store in the family, and her brother indicated that he would be interested in taking over the store from her when they move. It's not a gift, it's a cash deal, or it's a deal that's under consideration. Ms. Mai agreed to sell the store to her brother for the same price she bought the store for. And so the final deal, as it's shown in the purchase and sale agreement, is $150,000, $10,000 cash, and the rest is financed by a promissory note, a copy of which is in the file. There is also a request for a pledge of the license to secure the promissory note. As for Mr. Kong, he's 25 years old. He has had experience in the package store business, having worked part-time, 30 hours a week approximately, for the past year and a half over at the store for her sister. And he is also scheduled for just training with the Advanced Package Stores Association on June 19th. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
The financing is all outlined, thank you for that. So we'll go back to the outline property, that's all.
Has he worked at the store in the past?
He's about 30 hours a week, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less, but he's been doing it for the past year. He helps out his sister and his brother-in-law who are working at the store. And my understanding is the store's had a pretty good track.
Boston Street, is this the old Lucas's?
No.
No, this is.
Boston Street
Further up.
variety.
Oh, okay.
By Cedar Grove and all that. Yeah. This is really like 3 of them. I don't have any problems.
So the loan is being done through who?
The seller, her brother, his sister is financing under the board.
She's gonna hold a note.
Right, she don't know, she wants this legitimate deal, and she wants him to understand that he's gotta pay her, so that's the promissory note. There'll be a security agreement, there's also a pledge agreement in the file as well. She wants to make sure, she's not giving this away, so it costs her $150, she wants to make sure she gets the same amount back.
10's coming out of your account.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
back.
that's all that, yeah.
And maintain the same hours of
Same.
that?
I'll work more hours.
Sorry?
I'll work a lot of hours. I do before. We maintain the same operation, the same store hours, nothing's gonna change. Maintain the same operation.
Do you know yet who else you're gonna have on for staff?
My mother. My mom.
Can't go wrong having your mother.
Will they also be trained?
If they're gonna be working there, obviously. Gotta find out where it ends up.
Motion approved.
All in favor?
For the pledge.
Motion to approve the pledge of allegiance. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Okay, and you have, transfer Jose Perez, Burge Convenience Store, Middle Street. Liberty and Central Ave.
I represent the transfer, Denise Cabana. Her husband is here, Javier Report. And they operate the store at Central Ave. Melchers, they've operated it for the past few years. They desire to have a beer and wine license there. One of the ones that's available is the one that was exercised at 182 Merle Street. Benacy's been TIPS certified. She and her husband have run a decent operation. I talked with Councilor Brendan Crichton, who represents that area. He met with them and said he was very satisfied. I'm glad to answer questions. I just wanted to make certain two things. The leased area encompasses the store, and then there's a basement for storage, and I listed that, and I have a floor plan for Debbie that lists that as well, that they're gonna store beer and wine in the basement. And the second is that there is a pledge, because part of the purchase price is gonna be paid by promissory note of the person I believe is the holder of the license, Jose Perez. But there are others here that have different views.
I guess my first question, did this building go to the city council?
No, it does not have to go before the city council,
Why is that?
because the zone ordinance does not require it. If you read the zone ordinance, I owe this to Attorney Myhouse, it says that the people that have to be licensed by the Lynn City Council are those who are food establishments. That, if you look up the definition of a food service establishment, it does not, it specifically excludes a retail food store. So there is no requirement for city council consent to sell beer and wine at a retail food store. If you sold prepared foods,
Do they sell it there now? Are they going to be doing any of the prepared sandwiches, anything there along those lines at all?
no. So, I mean, I send you to look at the definition of food service establishment. Look at section 12 of the Lynn Zone Ordinance, and it's in two places. It says alcoholic beverages, the sale of service at a food service establishment. And that definition does not include a retail food store. But I did speak with Council Frank.
Yeah, I think that's great, that was one of my questions too, if he was
Yeah.
involved in it, but I'm a little troubled by it, to be honest with you. I don't, that it doesn't require council consent, but I would ask Attorney Phelan, what do you think about
I'm
this?
gonna have to look into that, to be honest. I looked at it from a different perspective and didn't look at that particular issue and have this other ordinance in front of me right now. So I can state that I would have, I typically value Attorney Vitale's
Well, no, but
opinion, but I'd like to take a look at it myself.
Yeah, I don't know it that well either, I just always assume that a liquor, any liquor like that.
I think we should be clear on it.
I'll make a motion to request an opinion from the city solicitor as to whether this requires council consent and table it till next month.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Which one is it?
Whether the person-
Transfer.
Central Avenue.
Corner of Liberty and Central.
What's the name of the business now?
Milkers?
No.
Used to be come to it, I'm sitting back here.
Is the former owner still living there?
You just want to answer your parents'
He's trucking all the
I
time.
did.
The former
I'm
owner.
not familiar with the exact
The guy that you
form,
bought the
but I
place from, his
represent
truck's there all the time.
Mr.
Does he still have anything to do with the business?
It's our position.
Why is his truck always there?
Because I am planning to.
One being that we don't believe
So
at
it's
this
easy to
point
approve,
that
but
Mr.
sign
Blake
something,
Perez
you
has
don't want.
established
Before they go
exclusive
sign the
ownership.
Ladies, I get on also.
Mr. Efforts Perez does looking at an
That's
interest
why.
license.
So he has nothing to do with the
And I've only
business.
recently become involved as technical.
The corporation
trying
from
to
Elkers was
ensure
created
they are
3 years ago.
understanding
Oh, I know, but the guy's still been down
Which
there.
has been an issue.
I parked there today myself. I couldn't find the
the
space to
easiest
get
way
the
for us
house.
to understand your legal argument on this is, could you submit something in writing, asking for the next meeting, prior to the next meeting, if you could serve it on the other parties, so that,
I'm Deborah Gold Alexander, I represent Mr. Cruz.
That's what it
I
says.
mean, ownership,
My information.
it's very important that the ownership is free and clear before you can transfer anyway. So if you have some type of court proceedings or anything you've done to hold this, or if you have a different position that we can research, get it to us in advance of the next meeting, that would be helpful. That's,
That didn't make sense. That would make
City clerk
sense.
has been very helpful at what I was anticipating and was collecting some paperwork this Friday when I got home here in some Lynn.
No, we're gonna come back next week.
After which the following week, I
Yes.
have to prepare and submit next week a little summary of our position. If we could address it at the next meeting. that
you
would
say
be
in the
great.
district, are you in for something from these folks?
No, something else. Something else.
Okay.
Killing two birds with one
But
I understand.
proximity, I will be back in this area.
I'm running
I
anchor.
think the first thing we have to establish is whether it
John, I wouldn't want to go in front of that.
Exactly.
I really don't know. I don't think Attorney Bill is 100% sure.
Could be a long night.
When is that
Just
next,
research it, so.
when is that next meeting?
Third, the fourth, I'm sorry, the fourth Tuesday of June.
It is.
The 26th? Right, yes, the 26th.
June 26th.
It is, yes.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's see the minutes. We have a continued hearing for Cafe El Molino.
Let's see, position for
John Michael, representing Kathleen, individual, section on the management of GSA. Well, you see the police report. Look at it, just as a look at mine. And as the manager, he was in that location all day, he would be any question. He knew the individual and the young lady who came into his restaurant. He came in earlier in the evening, around 8:30. 8:30 to get something to eat. There's a full kitchen for the location. The gentleman that was driving the automobile had dinner, had approximately 2 drinks, had 2 drinks at the location. He and the girl then left. He and the girl, unfortunate, who had caused the accident. They both left, he went to another location. He didn't see them all night at his location until they came back close around midnight or so. Right. The girl had something to drink. But this guy didn't have a drink at the location. When was involved in the accident, the driver of the automobile. And the client's here, want to testify to that, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I may say, one of the reasons we asked for this thing to be continued is that we thought we were going to get a medical report from the driver of the automobile. He had a heart attack. He was driving the automobile, and then we gave him a causal relationship to the accident that occurred. Right. Obviously, the part that was high. I was telling you that an obligation to achieve that level. In addition, there could be an underlying factor that being the heart condition and the accident.
This hasn't gone to court yet, right?
No,
There's been no charges yet, been charges, but they haven't been resolved?
I believe he has been charged, the operator has been charged.
Madam Chair, I think we should hear from Lieutenant Holey on this, review his report, explain to us.
Thank you. My report is essentially a summary of the investigation done by Officer Robert LeBlanc about the police traffic unit and the State Police Reconstruction Unit. On December 5th, there was an accident involving a fatality on Western Ave at the Belton Bly Bridge. The operator of the vehicle has been identified as Gerardo Brito. Mr. Brito was transported to the hospital, and upon his evaluation and treatment, it was determined that his BAC was the equivalent of .22 or twice the legal limit. The investigation revealed that at some point in the evening, December 4, entered the Cafe El Molino with his girlfriend, Santa de los Santos. According to the owner, Sergio Concepcion, and the cook, Mr. Escoto, they consumed a couple of drinks and left the club at closing at 0100. The cook spoke with Mr. Brito as he entered his car, and in his opinion, he was not intoxicated. The accident, which claimed the life of Ms. De Los Santos, happened within minutes of leaving the club, and it is the opinion of this officer that alcohol intoxication played a significant role in the incident. It is also the opinion of this officer that it is reasonable to assume that someone twice the legal limit should have been noticed by employees of the El Molino Cafe. Again, those are essentially the facts that summarized from Officer Robert LeBlanc's investigation. Mr. Myhouse mentioned that they do believe that the operator may have had a heart attack or stroke or some type of cardiac event. That may be true, however, but we do believe that alcohol intoxication was a contributing factor in the fatality.
Has the police department seized any of the records of the night from the registers or anything, and as to how they paid?
I do not know.
Are you aware of how this person paid that evening?
I think he paid cash.
Paid cash? And you take credit cards and everything,
Yeah.
too, correct? Did he eat when he was there?
Early.
He
He
ate
was
early?
early over there, eat and have a couple of drinks. When he coming back, the lady told him, you cannot drink because you have to drive.
And why did the cook question him as he was leaving?
Because they are friends.
Okay, they're friends?
They
Very
know.
good friends, and the cook does not speak any English at all.
Okay.
Lieutenant Holey, if I'm reading this correctly, was the accident at 106?
Yes.
And
They went off the bridge.
Right after 1 o'clock.
so he's obviously been charged, Mr.
Brito?
Brito.
Yes. Behavioral homicide, yeah.
Behavioral homicide or whatever.
The issue I have is that the cook spoke to Mr. Brito as he was getting in his car, and if he was more than twice the legal limit, any reasonable person would have known that, unfortunately. You know, it's an unfortunate set of circumstances. I agree in the tragic, but the thing for me is the cook speaking to him before he gets in the car.
What time did they eat?
Early. They was over there about 7, 8.
And they stayed until,
They left and they coming back.
then they came back?
They came back, they left.
Left?
We don't know
Well,
what they did. We don't know
after
what
they
they
came
sold
back,
after that.
he don't drink.
But
He
you-
was dancing.
But this report says that you said they did.
Yeah,
They
early.
consumed a couple
Because
of drinks.
When he asked me, they drink, I said yes, because he was early over there.
And he missed before you this evening, that the man had a couple of drinks at the location, but he had them before 9 o'clock.
He was probably drunk when he left. I mean, his alcohol level at 106 was,
He did not consume the alcohol to achieve that alcohol level in the Cafe Molino.
Question for Lieutenant Holey, when you spoke to the cook involved here, I heard what Attorney Meyer said, did the cook say they were drinking just before they left?
He didn't, I again, this is from Officer LeBlanc's investigation. Because of the criminal investigation, I was asked to summarize his investigation. So he did, I don't have that information.
No doubt, it's a very serious matter for us.
There's no question.
I know myself, I'd like to see more information, possibly hear from Officer LeBlanc, if that's possible.
Chances are that Officer LeBlanc won't want to be able to testify until after the trial itself or whatever goes forward. I'm pretty sure that that's the procedure that they would want to go with, at least the DA's office. That's my understanding is what they want. So, any further information we're probably going to receive on this would be after the trial itself, rather than plea if this is plea.
We put a letter in the file stating that they will be subject to recall based upon.
You can bring them back in after the trial. You know, I think more information will be available to us at that point in time.
It's fine, but we just emphasize the fact that the cook, I spoke to the cook, he cannot speak English at all.
Well, I'm sure we can get someone in there to.
What I'm saying is, the officer who was interrogated, I think, he was there. He was there.
Okay.
I think it says that. I'll tell you what he said.
I just have a question, an important question for you. Right now, as I said, reading this information over, it's very serious charge against you before us here tonight, something that could result in revocation of your license. And I don't think we have enough information right now to make a decision, but I think we'd all like to hear from you about what changes you've made, what procedures you put in place to make sure that this isn't happening, doesn't happen again.
I'd like that to see you. You stated to the individual went into his club at approximately 8 o'clock, 7 to 8 o'clock. When it depends on the time he was there, he had 2 drinks. He left the location at 9 o'clock. He says before you that he did not have another drink from then until the place closed at 1. He did not come back into the location until midnight. So what can he do? What procedures can he put in place to change?
Just change my question. What procedures do you have in place to make sure that you're not over-serving, that you're not allowing patrons to leave your premises intoxicated? I guess the over-serving is the first question.
I only watch it. If you are drunk, I don't let you drive.
How do you measure?
Because I always in the door.
Sorry?
I always in the door watching everybody with my security. I tell the security you have to check everybody to don't drive drunk.
Do you ever shut anybody off?
Yep.
And what do you use for a measure to shut somebody off?
No, I tell you, don't sell no more. I tell you, you can give me your car keys. I send you with the taxi. If they give me the car, the key, I have the car until the next day. If you know, I call the taxi. If they don't want to go in the taxi, I cannot do nothing else. I try to do my best.
Did you talk to this man at all when he came back at midnight?
Yeah. When he was leaving, he always say hi to everybody, and he was all right. He don't was drunk.
The facts of the case.
I know what you're saying, the facts, but
Right.
sometimes you can drink more
Okay.
than what the point say, and you can be good.
Like I said, the issue I have, an employee of your facility spoke to someone who was more than 2 times the legal limit before he got into a vehicle and drove off the Belden Black Bridge. Killed
Okay.
somebody.
Well, they are friends.
Very simple, very simple.
That's the problem, they are friends. He always say.
I know, it's a
bye.
difficult situation. I believe you run a good establishment, it's a difficult situation, but the facts as they are very simple. The employee of your establishment spoke to someone who was more than 2 times the legal limit before he get in the car and drove off the Belden Black Bridge and killed somebody. It's unfortunate, but those are the facts.
So, do we have a timetable on trial?
I don't know, the defendant also was pulled from the wreck under the water, and he had significant medical issues. So I think we're dealing with that as well, you know, when will he be able to stand trial, we don't know.
Make a motion to table until we can get more information on Officer LeBlanc. I guess we'll leave that up to your judgment. What else?
I don't see that there's anything actionable at this point in time, given the facts that presented here. That very well could be by us subsequent to this, after the trial, but right now I don't see any action that we can take. I think that would be the prudent move. I do want to say this, that I know that speaking with, in Salem, if anyone re-enters an establishment, even if they've seen their IDs, they ask them every single time that they go up to get a drink, that the licensing board is now requesting that they ask them for their IDs every time. That way you get to see their demeanor when they take their license out, you get to talk to them, so your bartenders are watching them, and that's what they're trying to do because they have college kids in Salem. So it might be something you want to do if someone leaves and re-enters the establishment, is to ask them every single time, because you don't know how much they've had when they left.
I'll advise them to take that into consideration, we'll try to implement that. As stated by Lieutenant Foley, we're in a pretty good location down there.
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
The bottom line is most of the sales down there deal with food.
In Salem, the kids come in and out, and so they don't know what they're doing in the parking lot, so that's what they try to do. It might be helpful.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to table.
Second. Subject to be called. Okay.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Thank you.
We have continuing hearings here.